Ayo, it's Jay with Real Ninja Finance back again. You ever wonder how some myths seem so real that they can cloud our judgments and shape our decision making? Today we're going to bust down 7 major financial and societal myths that have held black people back for way too long. Picture a life where you're not manipulated by misconceptions, but instead propelled forward by the truth and what's actually going on around you. What if you had the power to change your financial trajectory, achieve your goals, and empower those around you? Well, keep listening because that's exactly what we're about to dive into. So myth 1 is college will get you a good job. The truth behind that is going to college without a plan is planning on wasting your time and money. A lot of black people are pushed by their parents, maybe grandparents, or somebody that cares about them to just go to college without much more information than that. Just simply go to college. The value of a college degree can significantly depend on your chosen major or your field of study. While certain professions like medicine or law may require degrees, not every degree guarantees a high-paying job. For instance, STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, and math, for those that don't know, they often have higher earning potentials than some liberal arts degree or some general business or marketing degree. But you also got to remember, college ain't just about landing a good job. It's also about personal growth, networking, and broadening your horizons. But it's still so essential that you research and understand the job market for your chosen field before making a substantial investment into education, because it's probably not going to be worth it for you if you're just going to go. Myth number 2, systemic racism is holding you back. Look, systemic racism has deep roots with countless historical examples of government enacted laws, barriers that have disadvantaged our communities, redlining, war on drugs, discriminatory lending practices. Those are just a few. We can literally go on and on, but this video will be like 24 hours long. But straight up, this day and age, this world is run by capitalism, and capitalism don't care what you look like. I'm not saying individuals don't, but overall capitalism is really just seeking labor from whoever can provide it at the cheapest cost to exploit so they can produce more goods and services and ultimately make more money. Now, I'm not saying people at your job might not be doing slick racist stuff. I'm not saying that you might not get discriminated against or not hired because of what you look like. Yes, these things still happen, but overall, in most cases, from a business perspective, it's not going to make sense to exclude anybody who can do the job because economic systems operate on profit motives and really nothing else. That's all that matters is the profit. The key is to understand this dynamic, stay valuable, continuously upskill, and ensure that you're not easily replaceable. If you don't believe me, go out and get a skill, become very good at it, and then go get a job. Watch how everybody, all the white people in there is slick hating on you because you're really good at what you do and you black. And they're not going to be able to say nothing to you because if they do, if you feel even an inch of trying to play you, you can just bounce and you'll be able to get another job very easily because once people see how great you are at what you do and how much value you bring to the company, ultimately how much profit you can bring to the company, they're just going to have to deal with you even if they don't want to deal with you. Myth number 3, marriage is a scam and modern women are for the birds. Look, the truth behind this is historically, marriage has often been a business arrangement, whether it was joining a royal house or it was consolidating land or creating socio-economic alliances. Financially, there are benefits to being married, such as tax breaks, shared expenses, and the potential for her to make you even wealthier than you already were, or for y'all to build wealth together. And raising children as a single parent can be financially challenging, and it's not the best dynamic to introduce a child to. Now, this ain't to say that everybody should marry for financial reasons, but it's essential to recognize the potential benefits and the historical context of marriage beyond love. Myth 4, Republicans is racist, so never vote for them. Look, the truth behind this is painting an entire political party with a broad brush. It's a grave oversimplification. All right, but for real, a lot of them is racist, but still, it's essential for black people to pay more attention to local politicians and understand their stances, scrutinize them, understand their agendas, and how they impact your community. When you vote based on how a policy can affect you and your community instead of just a political alliance, it can lead to more informed and beneficial choices and better your community and your living situation. You got to stop listening to what politicians say and actually read what they write in their proposed legislations and bills and whatever else they're trying to do. Because they all going to just tell you whatever you want to hear just to get you to vote for them. Myth 5, life insurance superstitions. Look, some folks believe that buying life insurance is inviting death, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Life insurance is a safety net. It ensures that loved ones won't have to hold cookouts and fish fries or set up a GoFundMe campaign just to cover your funeral costs or maintain their living standards after you pass on. Plus, a good policy might even set your beneficiaries up to be a little hood rich for a while, invest in their future, or bust some moves. So make sure you not believe in these superstitions and get yourself some life insurance. It ain't that expensive. Myth 6. White ice is colder. Look, the white man's ice is colder syndrome basically highlights an inferiority complex that some black individuals might have. But black excellence has repeatedly shattered this myth. We've constantly showcased that we're second to none. Recognize and celebrate this excellence and understand that the potential isn't determined by race and you can really do whatever it is that you want to do. Ain't nobody holding you back. Ain't nobody better than you. Myth 7. Pay gaps. Look, the truth is, while wealth and gender pay gaps are genuine concerns, often resulting from historical disparities and systemic issues, they shouldn't deter your ambition or your motivation. You need to understand the landscape, fight for your fair pay, learn how to negotiate, demand your raises, but you also need to focus on honing your skills, broadening your expertise, and maximizing your earning potential. Your talent and dedication play a significant role in your financial journey. Now, I know it's at 7 myths, but I'm going to give you one more thing. Myth 8, you got to buy and flex because you never had it, so you deserve it now. Look, the truth is, as gratifying as it is to splurge when you get some cash, this can lead to lifestyle creep. Whereas you earn more, your expenses swell to match that. But instead, you need to focus on staying down, investing in assets that appreciate over time, like stocks or real estate or Bitcoin or whatever, rather than depreciating assets like cars and the latest gadgets and all this stuff, flexing just to show you got it, just because you got it now. Building wealth requires patience, discipline, and smart choices. So now that I bust down some of the myths that might be holding you back or that tend to hold people back, how can you apply some of the solutions? Well, first of all, you need to be informed. Invest time in understanding the intricacies of these myths. Knowledge is your best defense against misconceptions. You also want to engage in constructive conversations. Discuss these myths and truths within your community. Open conversations can lead to a broader awareness and collective empowerment. Then you want to strategize financially. Based on these truths, set your clear financial goals, from saving to investing. Let informed decisions guide your financial journey. And you also want to stay updated. The societal landscape changes, new myths emerge, and old ones can evolve. So you need to stay updated. Always question everything. All narratives, question them. Just ask why. Like, why does this make sense? And bust it down. Because a lot of times, especially on the internet, stuff sound cool, and it sounds right, and it sounds intriguing, and it sounds like some deep shit. But when you bust it down, it really only sounds smart to dumb people. And always seek the truth. So, knowledge is the beginning of change. Don't let these myths dictate your life. Embrace these truths, share them, and take control of your financial and societal narrative. You got the power to change not just your story, but those of future generations. Make sure you start today. Real Ninja Finance.
I've been a man and they all love me, tired of being broke. Quit living check to check and now I'm trying to feed my folk. Ain't gotta make the cash stretch now. We stacking up the assets now. Ain't gotta make the cash stretch now. We stacking up the assets now. I'm getting